You're the top. You're the Coliseum.
You hear that? Silence.
You're the top.
No fan, no air conditioner, because it's fall. Anyway, my video today is all about cold cream. I had a request to do a kind of history of cold cream, all about cold cream, what it is, why you want to use it, and I thought this was a really good option, a really good idea, and so I have decided to make that my video for the week. Cold cream has been around for a long time. As a matter of fact, let's talk a little bit about the history of cold cream right now. Cold cream is by definition an emulsified blend of beeswax, water, and some type of fat or oil, and has been used in skincare for almost 2,000 years. It is highly moisturizing and has been used to remove makeup, shave, and protect skin since its inception. The invention is credited to Galen, a Greek physician, and usually included rose oil or water so that it also had a pleasant fragrance and feminine appeal. His combination of choice was beeswax and olive oil. Modern cold creams usually include mineral or jojoba oil, which is slower to spoil. Borax is also usually included in the more popular brands to maintain its ultra-white appearance and stability, and is a debatable ingredient. For this reason, many people are turning to handcrafted cold creams from individual sellers instead. So now that you know what cold cream is and where it came from, maybe you'd like to know if it's good for you to use. Now you may have heard, and you may have even heard this from your granny and your mom, that cold cream is just for dry skin. And while I do agree that it is ideal for dry skin, I do recommend that you try it if you have oily or combination skin. The reason I recommend that is because the emollient properties of cold cream are quite different. It has a quality that is very easy to wipe away and leaves a very softening effect to the skin. So if you use it just to remove makeup and then you use your normal cleanser afterwards, you may find that your skin responds very favorably even if you have oily skin. So do make sure that you try it, because I can't sing the praises of cold cream enough. I think it's wonderful stuff. What you use it for. I actually use it as a pre-cleanse. I don't use it just as a cleanser. And some women in the old days especially used cold cream all over their face, and they went to bed in it, and then they woke up the next morning and tissued off the excess, and that's all they did. They didn't even really clean, they didn't really even moisturize, they just used cold cream. And while that was a very effective method of birth control, I do not think it is the ideal way to use cold cream. I use cold cream, like I said, as a pre-cleanse, as a makeup remover, and that is all. I use it, basically I put it all over my face, I massage it in very, very good, and I use a very thick layer of cold cream because I have extremely dry skin. I massage it into my eyes, and I make sure and kind of massage my eyelashes so that it breaks down the mascara. It's such a great, great product for removing makeup that I just can't say enough good things about it. Then I tissue it off, and then I use my normal cleanser. So therefore, even though I am using a very emollient product to remove my makeup, because I cleanse my face afterwards, it just works out beautifully for me. It leaves my skin feeling very soft, and it's just, to me, it's kind of a miracle worker, especially as I'm getting older. I feel like that it's just ideal. I do feel like that pretty much anybody can use it, but of course if your skin is responding negatively to the amount of emollient properties in it, and the reason I'm saying emollient properties and not oil downright is because while Pond's, which is your most popular brand of cold cream, and it's really great stuff, it's been around for so long, while Pond's is one brand of cold cream, it is a mineral oil based cold cream, and there are many other types of cold cream. A lot of people feel like that the handcrafted cold cream that was mentioned earlier in that little photo slideshow is the ideal option because it skips some of the ingredients that they may find questionable, such as borax, such as mineral oil. A lot of people have problems with both of those things. You will find that there are a large number of suppliers on Etsy that make cold creams that are just beautiful, wonderful products. The one I'm featuring today is by Vintage Doll Cosmetics. I've also featured before Queenie May, which I did a review in December for this product. And this is another option for you, and I'll be linking this, I'll be linking that video below. But the Vintage Doll product, which I find very affordable and very, very classically packaged and just an extremely good product, is available on Etsy as well, along with a vanishing cream. So I thought I'd couple this little history of cold cream and why I use it with this product review, and hopefully you find it helpful. Vintage Doll Cosmetics is, like I said, in a very classic container. This is the type of container that my grandmother always had her cold cream in. It's kind of a reusable container, and so they would buy these containers and then they would like refill them with cold cream that they bought at their local pharmacy. But this particular cold cream is a reproduction of an old recipe, of a time-tested recipe, and it's using all natural products or not all natural ingredients. So I do think it is a really, really great beginner's cold cream. I actually prefer or recommend a handcrafted cold cream like this one by Vintage Doll over going out and just trying Pond's. One thing that I've discovered about handcrafted cold creams, now I have featured several on my channel, including the one from Queenie May and then this one as well. My skin tingles when I use a handcrafted cold cream, and it does not when I use Pond's. However, I have not noticed any ill effects from the tingling, and I don't know what it is that I'm sensitive to that's in handcrafted cold cream that's not in Pond's. I find that very interesting, and we haven't been able to narrow down what it might be, but I will say that it doesn't have any effect except a tingling sensation. It doesn't redden, it doesn't swell, it doesn't break me out, so I will continue to use it because I love it. Pond's, I'm going to compare Pond's to the Vintage Doll Cosmetics, and the Vintage Doll Cosmetics is, I'm not going to say it's my very favorite handcrafted cold cream I've tried, but it is equal to the others that I've tried. I haven't tried a single handcrafted cold cream that doesn't work well for me. And so I think the recipes are typically the same for these ones that you find on Etsy that are homemade. But the Pond's cold cream is very white and very thick. As you can see, it's just a very thick consistency, and it's a tendency that it has to just stay put on the skin. When you slather it on your face, and between the time that you slather it on and you tissue it off, it basically just stays on top of your skin. It stays very white, it stays very greasy, it just stays right on your skin. One of these vintage cold creams, while they seem to be the same consistency upon first glance, they're a little more whipped in quality, is that they kind of absorb into the skin, which I think you can see here how it's absorbing into the skin. The Pond's does not do that no matter how much I rub. This one will absorb right into the skin. So I don't know exactly what it is that makes that happen, and I don't necessarily feel like that it is so marked of a difference that you just have to go purchase handcrafted. If you want to try Pond's because that's what everybody used in your family for eons, then by all means try it. But I really do think that for beginners, a handcrafted cold cream is the way to go. So I thought I would mention that. I thought I'd kind of go over that with you. Vintage Doll Cosmetics sent me this container, which is a huge container, and it's at a very, very good value. Everything's listed below, so you can go straight to the Etsy shop from here. And this is the unscented variety, so I do know that whatever it is that's causing my skin to tingle, it's something in the natural makeup of this product. It is not any type of fragrance oil or anything like that, because I know that's probably one of the first things people think is if my skin tingles, maybe it's something I'm allergic to in here. I don't necessarily think it's an allergy. I just think I have sensitive skin and that there's something in here that my skin is sensitive to. But regardless of that, like I said, it doesn't seem to have any adverse effects on my skin, and I love the product so much that of course I'll continue to use it. This one has no fragrance in it, but there are fragrance varieties that you can get. I absolutely love a rose oil scented cold cream because to me it just says cold cream and it means it's doing its job. A lot of people feel, which I know is ridiculous, but it's just how it feels. It's kind of like Pine Sol makes me think things are clean. The smell of Pine Sol. Oh, how clean everything is. But the Pond's cold cream cleanser is supposed to be a rose scent, and if you ask anybody, including older people, what it smells like, they'll say roses, but it doesn't smell like roses to me at all. It just smells like a granny's bathroom, like a perfume smell, and the smell is one of the single most off-putting things about Pond's cold cream. But this, of course, has no scent. It's just a really clean product. It's very simple and very pure, and I love that because of it. Now, she also sent me her vanishing cream, which vanishing cream basically is just what the old name for moisturizer is. It just means it vanishes into the skin. This is not the ideal moisturizer for me. I find that it dissipates a little too quickly, but I do think it's worth a shot. It is a very natural, very simple product as well, and for that reason I do recommend it. It lays on top of my skin and then vanishes and doesn't really leave any kind of emollients behind. And because my skin is so dry, I really have to stick to my Cetaphil Moisture Lotion. It's just my favorite stuff on earth for that reason. But I will say that it seems to be a very good product for what it is, for the simplicity of it, for the purity of it. And oddly enough, I don't know if this is actually intentional, but it smells a bit like cinnamon. When I first tried it, I thought, this smells like cinnamon. How odd is that? But anyway, this is the Vanishing Cream. This is the cold cream, so make sure you go to her site and check it out. Also, feel free to check out my other video review of the other cold cream that I reviewed in December, which is called Queenie May. And I actually have reviewed one other company. It was a company, Cataphract, I believe is what she went by, and it was a wonderful, it was my first experience with handcrafted cold cream. It was a wonderful product, but unfortunately she's not in business anymore, I don't think, and I think, you know, if she does come back in business, or if maybe she has by now and I just haven't checked recently, but anyway, since I've checked, she wasn't there anymore. She had a really good product as well. So that's my spiel on cold cream, and make sure you check back in a couple of weeks. I'm going to do a full skincare review, or a skincare, it's going to be a full skincare routine that I have adapted slowly over the course of several years, and I feel like now it's kind of where it needs to be, my skincare routine is, so I really, really like that about it. I feel like it's like I've integrated things that are important for maturing skin, and so I'll go ahead and share that with you in that video, and then we'll also do a fun little preteens video. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. Hopefully that preteens video will be up as quickly as the other skincare one, so it'll be kind of like a bonus video for the week, but there's going to be some editing involved. I'm going to have a little guest for that one, so it's going to be a little more complicated than anything I've done yet. I wanted to make sure that I do it right, so it may not come up as quickly as my skincare routine. And next week will be a hair tutorial, because I had makeup last week. So hopefully we'll see you soon, and thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you continue to send me your requests, because I'd love to fill them. Bye.
You're the top